debating if we want to fix my microphone right now. We have an award-winning sound designer here in the Kwin Cube.
Oh my God.
Worked on the Overwatch cinematics and won awards, and has created the sound design for the lovely end turn button in the game of Hearthstone. So every time you push that end turn button, that is the lovely work of this gentleman right here to the side of me, Mr. K-Web.
Mr. Caleb.
Or Mr. Meep. We have Mr. Meep
Mr.
here.
Last name.
Mr. Meep. Mr. Kwin.
Yes.
Yes. We are not worthy.
No, Mr. Kwin is my father.
Mr. Kwin is my father.
Wait, that's not how that works.
No. Here you go. Do your magic.
Okay. So, first of all,
Not to put you on the spot.
right, not to put me on the spot or anything, but what I first do is I add noise suppression. I don't bother naming anything because I'm a heathen. I set this a little lower. And what you're doing is you're changing how it affects the audio. Oh God, it's gone.
The microphone.
Hold on. Hang on. Properties.
Filters.
Filters.
Here you go.
Right, okay.
Bring it back.
All right, we're
Okay.
back. Okay, so we're changing how it affects the mic as it comes in. And what I'm doing is we're going to clean it, then boost it where it should be. Because most microphones don't, they're raw. Like, they don't compress. They're not set for the loudness that they should be, like commercial level, things like that. And so that's what we're going to do here. So I'm going to just throw the filters on first. Throw a bunch of different things on real quick, and then we'll go through them.
So many filters. Oh, you can change that. Does the placement where they are alter
Yeah.
the sound?
Yeah, so it goes from the top to bottom. So we have it in order of suppressor, gate, compressor, gain, and limiter. So what it does, top to bottom, the suppressor is going to, it's basically noise reduction. It's trying to clean it up in real time. Bless its heart, it's a very rudimentary version of that, and it does a pretty good job. But when we're saying, if you get a signal above 40 decibels, which is not a lot, it's well above what I'm speaking at right now, it'll start to clean that signal. And then you start hearing aliasing. Like, it sounds washy if it gets too much. So we don't want a whole lot. We just want a little bit. The default's 30. This is 40. And then when it's not, like when I don't talk at all, you hear a lot of like air, right? So you hear that right now. Moment of silent in chat. Okay, good. Anyway, you're hearing the AC and all the noise from the room that I'm in. And so we're going to get rid of that when I don't talk. Actually, it might have already filtered. It might already be filtering right now. I don't know. So it's probably already working now that I think about it. And then we're going to boost this signal. We're going to take the signal that it's got, which is still low, and we're going to make sure that it's compressed so that if I get louder and get quieter, it's more or less going to stay in the same pocket. So what we're saying is anything above that 30 range, go ahead and start to compress it, right? So we're going to start to compress. Sounds like the mic goes mute when you stop talking. That's what we want. That's exactly what we want. So that before we didn't have that. I wonder if I can turn it off. Yeah, now it's open. So this is what we're removing. And then the gate says anything below a certain level, we're just going to turn it off. Right? There it goes. Now it's gone. Right? So now I'm going to contour it. So what I like to do is I like to set this to very high, because it's unlikely that you're going to stop talking abruptly, and we don't want it to ever be, we never want it to be to a point where, like, you know, it cuts me off because I start trailing off, right? Like, it's still coming through right now, I believe. I see the meters dancing. It's not cutting me off because I'm not too quiet or anything like that. So this should probably be able to handle her when she starts giggling. Oh, okay. All right, we got some meters. All right, that's cool. Tack time. We don't want it to be too sharp because then it's going to pop on when it cuts in. Not usually a big deal. Again, we're saying start clipping it, start turning down the signal once you're below 32 or 33, and open it once you get above 26. So that's actually a little bit higher than I want here. So I want it to be a little bit lower than, oh God, it's gone again. You guys are noticing a pattern here, probably.
Stop hitting the enter button.
No, I like the enter button. It makes me feel secure. So suppression, gate goes away. The AC goes away when we're not talking. Compression, we're going to make that signal so that if I start talking like this and then I talk like this, that's going to be more or less the same loudness to you guys. And it just turns me up and turns me down as I need to. So it's kind of the same thing as a gate, but a gate turns it off, right? So we're going to say ratio, not so much, right? Less aggressive. But anytime you go above the gate's at 32 or 28. Anytime you go above the gate, which that's kind of fine. I'm fine on that. Just don't tell mom about that. But we want the release to be slower. So after it turns us down, we don't want it to instantly turn us back up super quick. We want it to be a gradual experience, right? So that's fine up there. And then the output gain we'll leave where it is because that's what we have the gain for. Ducking source, we'll get into that, but you can use other input signals to basically say whenever another signal plays, duck this, use the compression settings, but use the other signal as the input signal.
So can I get the game to duck every time I speak?
Yeah, when you talk, you can have the game audio, the music, whatever's going on, come down automatically. Magic.
By setting that.
Setting that's your source that it's looking at. But the source in this case would be the dialogue. So your whenever you're speaking, your microphone would feed into that, but that would be a different channel. So now I can tell that this is doing better, but it's still not quite where we need it to be. So I'm going to boost it. Before I do that, I'm going to make sure we're limited. So this is limiting at -6 decibels. That's a little low. Usually in a professional setting for television, we go -2. But we're going to go -3. Oh, God, it's got to get it. Okay. All right. And so basically at this point, what I would do is I would listen to her while she streams, and I would go to like another stream, like More, a famous person or something like that.
Thanks.
And then, and then see how loud they are, or compare them to the advertisements that play and see if I can get it into more or less the same loudness ballpark. I can't necessarily meter it or measure it, but it's gonna be something similar to where it's a professional broadcast level. Because the one thing you want to avoid is you don't want ads or any other kind of media to be louder or quieter than what you are. So if I'm really quiet, you're gonna turn me up to listen to me, and then you'll go back and watch like, I don't know, Netflix or something, and it'll blow your hearing out because my stuff is relatively low. You had to turn everything up. So we're trying to avoid that with the gain, and then most likely we'll need about, you guys should hear this right away, we'll probably need about 12. About 12. Oh God, it's gone again. Just kidding. Now it's a shtick. Now it's a gimmick.
Now we can stop.
Now it's a recurring. Now it's a recurring joke. So now when she laughs, or when she giggles, it should be relatively the same idea, right? And I can't hear myself. I have no idea what I just sounded like, but
That's
you guys.
so loud.
It should not have peaked. I don't think. Hopefully it didn't peak. It should have been more or less consistently the same level as what I'm talking at right now. You guys can be the judge and let me know. And
so what you're saying is I still need to buy a Go XLR.
No, you don't need to buy a Go XLR. No, stop spending money. Stop it. No. Stop buying things.
I'm done buying things.
Clip this, link this to your
Pro
friends.
enabler. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll clip this. I'll put this on the YouTube.
Heck yeah.
And I'll title it award-winning cinematic sound designer.
Right. Make sure it's longer than you can read the title.
Hopefully, was that helpful to anybody? Hopefully that was helpful. Anyway, back to more ooblets. I think it sounds better.
Bye, Internet.
Bye, Internet. Thank you, cinematic sound designer award-winning. Bye.